Well guys, hopefully by the end of this we will have a better audio solution in place, finally. What is up guys, welcome back to another episode of JoesTech. Very excited about today's episode as this has kind of been building up for the past few months. I wasn't really sure what path to go down with purchasing this equipment, but I think I finally have it narrowed down to what exactly that I wanted to get. If you guys don't know, in the last pretty much all of my videos, aside from the first couple, I've been using this Takstar Sgc 598 mic, which I think I might have reviewed in an earlier video. But this is just kind of like a cheapy shotgun mic that I was able to pick up in the very beginning, and this was like night and day difference between the built-in mic on my D7100 and the audio that this provides. So the last few videos I've been using the Rode VideoMic, and that was the one that a buddy of mine lent to me just to kind of try out because he knew I was looking for mics and he happened to have one of these, so he let me take a look at that, and the quality on that's been pretty good as well. But I think I'm looking for something that allows me to not only do video like this, but also allows me to do voiceover, because a lot of times I feel like my videos are lacking a little bit just because I don't have that option. So my goal here was to spend less than $250 for a complete solution, and so that's pretty much what I ended up spending. I picked up the Audio-Technica AT2035 microphone. I got a NEEWER little like stand deal, and then I got one of these XENYX Q802 mixers. And I'm going to be completely honest, I am definitely not like an audio junkie. I don't know a ton about audio, and I kind of just did my research online to try to find the best solution. There's a Yamaha model that I almost went with, and it was quite a bit more, and so I decided to kind of step it back and just go with this mic here, which will still allow me two mics that require phantom power. So I'll be able to use this, and then if I want to pick up another shotgun mic later, which I think is the goal, I'll still be able to do that, so that way I can do voiceover and do video. But my goal here with this purchase is just to hopefully allow me a solution where I can do my voiceover stuff, and then somehow it'd be nice if I could use it here in the video, maybe like right over here in the screen, but not be like in the frame. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but that's going to be kind of my goal. So that being said, why don't we go ahead and open this stuff up and see what comes included. I don't think I'm going to do like a formal unboxing just because I don't really want to. So let's just open these guys up and see what comes included. So kind of cheating here and using my monitor. So with the mic, so first impressions, this thing is actually pretty heavy duty. It's pretty basic, doesn't have any controls in the front. It has a low cut and a negative 10 decibel adjustment knobs on the back, little click adjustments, and aside from that, I don't think there's really anything else. There's some documents. I guess there's some cables or something in here. Let's see. Oh, shock mount comes included with that, and then this fancy bag for your shock mount. And I don't know why you would need a shock mount bag, but maybe you're just one of those people that needs to take your mic on the go, and you're kind of a big deal. That is not me. So other than that, obviously we got our cable, which we require for the microphone, and then I got this NEEWER little arm that comes with a couple springs, and this is just the kind that mounts to the desk with a clamp. It's like a clamp style arm, I guess you could call it. It's not going to be anything too crazy. Aside from that, we obviously got our pop filter, which is again just a cheapy pop filter because we're trying to keep this on the budget. And then of course we have our mixer. This is our, looks like our power cord. Let's move that over there. USB cable, which is really cool. Let's throw all this stuff out. And then of course we have our mixer itself. So one thing that's really cool about this mixer is it allows you to adjust the lows, the mids, and the highs. There's obviously two channels here, so I could run the two mics like I was saying before. So eventually it'd be nice to have like my shotgun mic in frame, and then I'll have this setup that I'm going to be using now, and that could be for like doing voiceover and things like that. And the Yamaha variant that I was looking at did only have the lows and the highs, which isn't like totally critical. to have the mids, but it was a nice feature. And the biggest selling point really for me was that this has the USB functionality, so that I'm able to capture audio direct digitally to the to my computer. And then of course, if I want to do some type of analog setup, I should be able to push this out of the mixer into my camera and do audio direct into the video using this. Obviously today we're just going to be testing things out and seeing if we can get everything hooked up. But that's pretty much all the hardware that I picked up, and I'll go ahead and leave links to everything in the description below if you guys want to look into these options further for yourself, or if you just want to see kind of what I went ahead and picked up. But aside from that, we're just going to be kind of plugging this stuff in. I want to hook up the analog connections to the camera so that I can capture audio direct into the camera, but I don't think that I have the cables I need for that today, so we're just going to go ahead and set it up with whatever we have and get things working, and from there we'll just see how it sounds.
Associates did was take the brain circuits from your dead body. We stored them in electro-chemical batteries until we had a chance to rebuild the cities and begin our quest.
Do you think I believe it? A fantastic tale like that?
I imagine you find it incredible.
Well guys, we have the AT2035 mounted on the NEEWER arm, and we got the mixer installed there behind me if you can see it. Now, a couple issues that I ran into. The NEEWER arm obviously is super budget friendly. It's not anything super pricey or anything like that. And so of course I ran into some issues trying to get this to mount correctly. My initial plan was to mount it on the shelf you can kind of see behind us there. And so that way I could use it for voiceover at my desk behind me, and then of course I could pull the arm out far enough to record in this scenario that we're in right now. But of course I ran into issues with that because the mount is really made to clamp on a flat horizontal table surface, and the way I was trying to mount it up on the shelf there is vertical. And so what ended up happening is as soon as I would try to flip the arm over towards my desk, it would start to droop down and the mic couldn't really hold itself up. So it's not really made for any off the wall, I guess literally off the wall or off the shelf mounting scenarios. It's really only made for tabletop mounting surfaces, which is fine because it is super inexpensive. But what I'll probably end up having to do is buy a second mount or something else to kind of move my arm between this location and then behind me somehow. And I might actually get something that actually screws and fastens to the surface, and that way I can maybe mount it to the wall behind my monitor, or somewhere else hidden but easily accessible for when I'm doing voiceover. Now the second issue I ran into is really dumb. I plugged in the mixer to my USB hub and it has switches on it, and naturally I installed the drivers and for whatever reason could not find the mixer, so after a few short embarrassing minutes I turned the switch on and it worked fine. So aside from that, the audio seems to work pretty good. Hopefully you guys can tell a difference, and hopefully this is an improvement over the shotgun mics that I've been using. And I'll probably still use the shotgun mics here and there for certain scenarios, but I'm hoping this will kind of allow me to have a little bit better quality content going forward. And of course I haven't really made any adjustments to the mixer yet as far as audio goes, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to fine tune that as time goes on. Just as a quick comparison from the beginning to the end of the video, I went ahead and left the shotgun mic on here. So I'll go ahead and do a quick test. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JoesTech. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JoesTech. So hopefully you guys can kind of hear the difference between the two mics there. I'm kind of curious myself to see what it sounds like in comparison. But that being said, let me know what you guys think about the hardware choices I went with for this little recording upgrade. I know there's not too much information here, but I wanted to kind of share with you guys that I am kind of slowly upgrading the hardware as best that I can. And I thought maybe there's somebody else out there that subscribes to me that is also kind of growing their channel. And, maybe this is an optional solution for you guys if you're already kind of looking at stuff that's a little more expensive and maybe you guys find that this might fit your needs. So that being said, if you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, as always, leave those in the comment section below. It'd be a huge help if you guys give me a thumbs up on this video. And of course, if you guys want to see more content like this going forward, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.